Good morning. Today I'm going to demonstrate some techniques that I just learned about to help calm our nervous systems. I'm going to use a couple different modalities. One is new and it's called havening. So when we think about a safe place, it's like our haven, and they turned it into a verb, so it's havening. And they're very simple, and they involve just using parts of our body that have extra nerve endings, that are special nerve endings that help to release delta waves. And according to what I've learned, delta waves are released when we're sleeping, and they're very calming, and they help us go from that sympathetic fight flight chronic anxiety mode to the parasympathetic, which is rest and digest. So one of them is simply the palms of our hands and the soles of our feet apparently have a lot of these nerve endings that can elicit the release of the delta waves. So this is one way. So just making your hands kind of like you're washing your hands, palms together. And this is something that, if you're waiting for somebody or you're with other people and you don't want to be obvious about that you're trying to calm yourself down, this could be pretty subtle and low key. So try that one. The other one is a self hug. Now, I've taught before Peter Levine's container, which is like this. This one's a little more active. It's giving yourself a hug and then just going down your arms. And the demonstration I saw just goes down to elbows. And then for me, teaching people this past week, I'm kind of prone to go all the way down and then shake off any toxic energy that may be left behind. Sometimes we might be, listening to other people's fears or watching some stressful things on social media or TV, and this is a good way to kind of release those delta waves and then shake off any residual negative energy you might notice. And the last one, this one, because of COVID times, we're advised not to put our hands on our face. However, if you're home and you know your hands are clean, this I think is okay, even in COVID times. So even especially in COVID times, probably. So you're just gonna put your hands right down your face. And Jovi just got let inside. That's what that sound is. So trying this one. Fingertips, the top of your head, forehead, right on down. And sometimes when we're stressed, you might do this anyway. You might do this kind of thing. But this is intentional as a way to calm down. So those are havening techniques, and you can look them up and maybe learn more about them. I found out you can even be certified in havening because you can tie in maybe some traumatic memories with these techniques with the help of a practitioner. So I'm curious about that. Maybe that's something I could look into, or, encourage anybody else to look into that. And the last thing I'm going to show you, DBT skills, dialectic behavior therapy, are a set of skills that help us to regulate. There's mindfulness, emotional regulation, interpersonal effectiveness skills, and distress tolerance. So what I'm going to show you today is one of the distress tolerance skills. Distress tolerance just means we're trying to get out of a distressing feeling, emotional state in our body without making things worse. Sometimes to get out of such a high anxiety or very distressed state, we tend to, those firefighters get activated, and we might do some kind of self-harming behavior to try to get out of it. And these skills are designed to help us feel better without doing something that's going to cause us or somebody else harm. And there's actually an acronym You can Google this too, DBT skills, tips, skills, temperature, intense exercise, progressive relaxation, and paced breathing. And I think I goofed up the P's. One goes before the other, but it doesn't really matter. What I'm going to demonstrate is the temperature. So again, releasing those delta waves, if we can get really cold water on our face, that can at least temporarily activate that parasympathetic, they call it the dive response, where if people are practiced at diving, they get deep enough and they kind of click over into parasympathetic where they're calmer, the rest and digest stage, as opposed to fight and flight stage. So this is designed to help activate the delta waves and get us into parasympathetic. And anecdotally, I'm hearing people say that if they do this before bed, they notice they can sleep better. So I have not tried it yet, and I'm going to do it now. And that's the part I'm thinking I might laugh, but that's okay. So I have a bowl here, and it's got very cold water in it. And put my hair in my little hair tie here. And what we do is we just place our face in the cold water for just a few seconds and maybe a few times. Or we can release delta waves by holding up a beagle. Oh, okay. All right, so here it goes. Placing the face in the cold water. It wasn't so bad. Actually, it feels pretty good right now. Yeah. That might be a helpful practice for you. If anything, it's probably good for the pores. And I hope some of these techniques are helpful for you.